Good morning, everybody. Students, today I am going to talk about an interesting topic, that is about religions. As we know that there are many religions in the world. In the same way, we can see many religions in our country. You already know that our country, I mean India, is famous for its unity in diversity. We can see diversity. Diversity means here the differences in caste, color, cultural habits, food, everything. In that also we have achieved unity. So that is very important. Okay. If I am telling all these points about that caste or something like this, you can easily judge that today we are going to talk about the religions. In the ninth standard, first lesson is about the religions only, especially the Islam as well as the Christianity. There are many religions which were established in the early times of civilization. In that, we can easily give the examples of three important religions. They are Christianity, Islam, and Zoroastrian. These are called as religions of the world because they are the biggest religions in the world. So they have spread across the world. Many people are following those religions because of freedom of religion. You already know that. Okay. Then these Christianity, Islam, and Zoroastrian religions are called as religions of the world. They are also called as Semitic religions. Here I am using the word Semitic. What do you mean by Semitic? Actually, these religions originated in Middle Asia. In that area, many tribe people were living. They belong to a race known as Semitic. These religions established by those people in that particular area. That's why they came to be known as Semitic religions. Do you understand? Semitic religions means they have established. So in Semitic region means that is a Middle East or Middle Asia. That's why they got the name Semitic religions. Anyhow, so they have established in various centuries and spread across the world. Next, we have to learn about each religion here. Firstly, I will take the religion known as Christianity. It is very familiar to us. In our surrounding, we will be seeing the people who are following this one. They will be having their own tradition. They will follow different, what we will call that, different types of festivals. Okay, so they will behave a little bit differently. Okay, so there we can see the difference in worshipping the God or something like that. Anyhow, so who established this religion, how it spread to the entire world, and who is the founder, what is his teachings, everything we have to learn in this chapter. Okay, let us come to the Christianity. Okay, that's why I have written establishment of Christianity. Okay, so as you know that Christianity was established at Nazareth of Palestine. Okay, it is a small province or small village near Palestine. Actually, here the people who were living called as Jews. Okay, these Jews were ruling or living under the rule of Roman Empire. You already know that Roman Empire was one of the strongest empires of the world. Okay, the people were living under the control of Roman rulers. How was the condition of the Jews in the ruling of Roman people? As I said that the condition of the people or the people were suffering a lot. They were exploited by the rulers of Roman Empire. They became slaves of rulers. They were treating these people as animals. So the condition of the people was pathetic. In such situation, so Jesus Christ was born there and he made the people to be far from the miserable condition through his religion known as Christianity. Okay, so anyhow, Jesus Christ is the founder of Christianity. Anyhow, we come to know the father who is the founder of that religion and all. Next, we have to learn about the life of Jesus. How was the life? Where he was born? Okay, and who were his parents? That and all we have to learn in this country. Okay, let us start that one. Okay, Jesus Christ. Actually, I have written only Jesus here. He is also known as Jesus Christ. Okay, he was born in Bethlehem near Jerusalem. It is Bethlehem is a small village. Okay, so in that village there was a poor family. Okay, so there was a person known as Joseph. He married to Mary. Okay, so Jesus Christ was the son of these two. Okay, the parents here, they are, we can easily call them the parents of Jesus Christ. Okay, so Jesus Christ was born in Bethlehem near Jerusalem. His father was Joseph, mother was Mary. Actually, as I said that it was a poor family. Because of that poor condition, he couldn't get the proper school education. Instead of that one, he acquired the knowledge about religions. Okay, so he got the knowledge about spiritual matters, and he found a simple path to tell about the religions to the common people. That's why the common people also could understand the teachings of Jesus Christ. They accepted the new teachings of Jesus Christ because it was so too simple. That's why day by day the popularity of Jesus Christ became more. As we know that if a person in the society is becoming more popular, so he has to face the problem of enemies also. The same thing happened for Jesus Christ also. Here he was opposed by some religious heads of that particular village or particular country or particular area, what we will call that. Okay, and they couldn't tolerate the popularity of Jesus Christ. Okay, and they complained against Jesus Christ to the ruler. So the ruler called Jesus Christ, and so Jesus got punishment also because of this spreading of new religion or because of these teachings and all. He got the punishment. What is that punishment? Actually, he was taken to the Golgotha hill. Actually, there is a mountain in that place that is known as Golgotha. Okay, so he was taken to the top of that mountain and he was crucified there. What do you mean by crucifixion here? So all of a sudden we will get the point. Okay, so there will be a rise of question. What do you mean by crucifixion? You already knew that crucifixion means there will be a thing that is known as like the plus mark. It may be made up of wood or something like that. Or actually here they have used wood only. Okay, so it is known as plus mark. Okay, by nailing both hands as well as both the legs for that, so they were killing the people. That method is known as crucifixion. The same thing happened for Jesus also. Okay, so Jesus Christ was crucified with other two robbers or thieves, what do you call them? Okay, at the same time, three members crucified on the hill of Golgotha. Okay, so anyhow, that day was a Friday. Okay, when the Jesus crucified, that day was a Friday. That's why the people will celebrate that day as a Good Friday. You should know that why the Christians are celebrating Good Friday. This is the main reason for it. Okay, that is the day of crucifixion of Jesus Christ. Okay, next we have to move to the teachings. We learned about life of Jesus and how he used to spread his teachings to the common people. Okay, something and all will not. Then we have to pass to the teachings. When we come to that teaching, firstly we should know that so he used a simple language or simple terms to explain about the religious matters. Okay, so he started to interpret the religious matters, especially which was in hands of Jews. Okay, in that very important thing is, or the first teaching is, God is one. This is the same concept given by all the religions. Okay, according to them, there is only one God in the world. But what we are doing, we are worshipping thousands of gods in different forms. Understood? So, according to Jesus Christ, so there is only one God. Okay, and He is so merciful. He won't trouble you. Okay, He won't give punishment. He is merciful. Okay, He will show mercy on us, but we should not commit any mistake. We should not do any crime. That is the teaching of Jesus Christ. Okay. Next, He is the creator of entire creation. When we will see our surroundings, it is surprising for us. Understood? Each living thing is made differently. Okay, so for that differences, who is the responsible person? The God. That one told by Jesus Christ. Okay, Jesus Christ told, so He is the creator. Who is the creator? The God. Okay, so we have to worship one God. Okay, according to Him. Next, we will pass to the second one. One should develop brotherhood feelings about others. It is the needed point, essential point for us, isn't it? So, we are living in the society. If it is a society means number of people will be living there. Number of people will be living there. So, we have to treat other people. Okay. So, the second teaching is one should develop brotherhood feelings about others. This is a very important factor which we should adopt in our life. Brotherhood feelings. As I said that we are living in a society. Society means it is the existence of all. It is not the existence of single person. It is the existence of many living creatures. If we are living with them, we have to treat them as our well-wishers, as our relatives, as our own brothers. That feeling. Okay, now you came to know what you mean by that brotherhood feeling. We should treat them like our own brothers. Even if it is an animal, if it is an animal, that also should be treated as like our closest relatives. Okay, we have to show the sympathy. We should have that mercy on them. Okay, that feeling or that teaching was told by Jesus Christ. We should treat others as our own brothers. Okay. The third point is serving the people in distress is equal to worshipping God. Here, one thing is very clear: worshipping. As you know that the persons who belong to various religions worship their gods in a different way. We can see the differences. Okay, so here he is not going to mention that worshipping in a different manner. Okay, he had given the simple thought. What is that? Serving the people in distress who are struggling. Okay, who are living in poor condition. If you are helping them, it will be equal to the worshipping of God. Okay, so according to Jesus Christ, so there is no need of worshipping God by putting that garland, by burning that incense stick, something like that. If we help the poor people, it will be equal to the worship of God. It is a simple thought taught by Jesus Christ. Next one, if one repents for his mistakes, the God will forgive him. Mistakes. Is there anybody without doing any mistake? All will do. Isn't it? So, if after doing these mistakes and all, if we started repenting for that, so we can get the forgiveness from the God. That is the main teaching told by Jesus Christ. Okay, so all we do the mistakes, we should think about that. Okay, what we have done, what is the solution for that? Okay, that is known as repent. Okay, so if we repent for that mistake, so we will get the forgiveness from the God. That is very important. Okay, before that, we should not commit any mistake. That is very important. If we committed without knowing, okay, so we should repent for that. We will get the forgiveness from the God. That is the main teaching of Jesus Christ. Okay. Next, we should move to the next point. Love the enemy. Do good to them. Okay. Sorry. So here let us pass the previous one. We should help the people without expecting anything. We will help the people in some conditions. We will help the poor people. We will help the needy people. Okay. So we will help them, but in return, we should not expect anything from them. That is very important. Okay. So without expecting anything from them, we have to help them. That is the main thing. Okay. It was told by Jesus Christ. Next, the sixth point is love the enemy, do good to them. It is very simple. We have already witnessed in the life of Jesus Christ. When his popularity became more, he had to face the enmity in the society. Okay, so here also the same thing. If we are living in the society, there will be many enemies for us. Okay, so they will catch our legs down. Okay, they will remove us from that popularity sector. They will try for that. They wanted to create some bad thing in the life of us. Okay, so that is known as enmity, but it is very dangerous in the society. We should not follow that one. That's why Jesus Christ told that we should develop brotherhood feelings. Okay, in our minds. If we develop that one, so there is no chance for enmity. If you are having enemies, start to love them. Okay, so show your compassion towards them. Automatically, they will become your friends. Okay, so if they are doing bad to you, in return, don't do the bad. Okay, do the good only. Okay, so it will come back to you in a good manner or in a good position. Okay, these are the teachings of Jesus Christ. They are very simple, understood. That's why these teachings accepted by all the people of that particular country. Okay, and next we have to pass to spread of Christianity. As I said that Jesus Christ at the age of 30 to 33 years, he started to preach about the new religion that is known as Christianity. Okay, so his teachings was simple and he used the local language, so that's why the people could understand the concepts easily. Anyhow, after the death of Jesus Christ, the responsibility of spreading Christianity so taken by his 12 disciples. Here, disciples means students. Jesus Christ had 12 disciples. Among them, very important person is Saint Peter. Okay, so the spreading of Christianity was the main aim of these disciples. They started missionaries and they went to other countries of the world and spread the new religion. Saint Peter, who is a very important disciple of Jesus Christ, so made a good thing, that is known as he established a church in Rome and he started a missionary to spread the Christianity or the Christian religion. Now, in the present world, so what he started, that church became the holy place of Christians. That is very important. Okay, so with the guidance of Saint Peter, all the disciples, okay, so went to the other countries of the world, started to spread the Christianity. At the beginning stage, there was no hindrance for the spreading of Christianity. No one was there to prohibit all those things. Anyhow, it was very simple and it was accepted by the people. It spread so in an easy manner. It spread rapidly across that particular area. Okay, so but after a few years, what happened? So there was an entrance for the spreading, especially the priests who were giving some spiritual concepts, who were giving some spiritual activities in the church and all. So they became as the leaders. They became as the landlords. They started to exploit the people regarding religious concepts. And the new teachings, which were very simple, became very far from the common people. That's why the people started to think about that. And some enemies who don't want this spreading of a new religion and all, so always complaining about the activities of these disciples. Anyhow, the missionaries as well as the disciples had to face struggle during the process of spreading new religion, that is known as Christianity. But there was an end for that also. So there was a ruler known as Constantine in that Roman Empire. When he came to the power, so he accepted the Christianity as the state religion. After becoming the state religion, the Christianity so didn't get any hindrance, rapidly spread to the entire world. Okay, here we should remember the process as well as the work done by missionaries. So this is very important. Okay, so they have played very important role in the spreading of Christianity. Then we have to pass to contributions of Christianity. Here, every religion contributed many things. They have contributed much. Okay, the people had to accept that one and they have to learn the new things from each religion. Here also they have contributed a lot. As I said earlier, so here there were many missionaries which work for the spreading of new religion. And before that, they started some schools. You already know that in the education, they had played a very important role. Okay, it is very important. Firstly, in the early stage, it was done by Christian missionaries only. Okay, they struggled a lot. Okay, they had an aim to spread the Christianity, but also they wanted to spread the new education system also. Okay, here two aims are there. Okay, anyhow, so they have played a very important role in the development of school education. They started many schools. Okay, so in our society also we can see many Christian schools. Okay, so by opening that one, they are struggling to spread the new system, new school system. Okay, so we should appreciate that one. Okay, next they had started many hospitals to look after the welfare of the people, to treat the people who were suffering from different types of diseases. We can see many hospitals which are running by Christian missionaries. Okay, so they are helping the poor people. That is also very important. Okay, and the needy people, especially in the women as well as the children. Okay, the women as well as the children got much privileges from these missionaries. Okay, they got financial support, they got education. Okay, so they got other important things which were essential for the life of people. Okay, they have struggled a lot. And when we will come to that architecture, that architecture style, a new type of architectural style that is known as Gothic style of architecture was introduced by Christians. Understood? So we can see in the church and all. Okay, there is a type, a different style of architecture. Okay, that is the entrance, on the windows and all. There will be a curving style. Understood? So that is known as Gothic style. Okay, it was introduced by Christians only. Okay, they have contributed a new style of architecture that is known as Gothic. Okay, so anyhow, now also they are struggling a lot for the spreading of new religion, especially this Christianity and all. With them, they are helping the poor people. Okay, then these are the contributions of Christianity. Next, we have to learn about the Holy Book. As we know that Bible is the Holy Book of Christians. Okay, it is consisting of the teachings of Jesus Christ. There are two versions in that. Okay, we will call that one as the Old Testament as well as the New Testament. Okay, there are two versions known as Old Testament as well as the New Testament. What is the difference between these two? I mean, between the Old Testament and New Testament. Old Testament consisting the religious matters of Jews. Okay, the ancient one. Okay, what they were following. Okay, what were the teachings of the earlier people. That and all we can see in that Old Testament. The New Testament will be having the teachings of Jesus Christ. This is the difference between Old Testament as well as the New Testament. Actually, originally, so the Bible was written in a different language that is known as Hebrew language. Okay, we will call that language as the Hebrew language. Then it was translated into English during the reign of James I of England. Means when James I came to the throne, he made the people to translate the Bible from Hebrew language to English. It was a great work. Okay, so after that, so it was translated to various languages in the world. Now also we can get the Bible in more languages. It is very important. Okay, so these are the details about the Christianity. Okay, these are the details about the Holy Book. Okay, don't forget it. Old Testament as well as the New Testament, and should know the difference also. Keep that in your mind. Okay. Next, we have to pass to the sects. Okay, or the groups in Christianity. Okay, as I said, the Christian missionaries struggled a lot to spread the Christianity to the entire world. Anyhow, they were doing all those activities which were required for the spreading. So there was a condition. So some people were accepting that one, some people were behaving against for that, like that. Okay, in that matter, so many situations started, especially in the religious centers known as the church. Okay, so in the church, the priest will be there as what we know that according to that, they will look after that religious activities of the religions. They started to exploit the people over religious activities. They served, they started to act like landlords. Okay, and for the common people, it became a little bit difficult. In that situation, so there were Protestants. Okay, there were the people who were protesting all these activities of the church. So everywhere revolts started against the land lordship of the priests who were worshipping the God in church and all. Okay, so they started to oppose the activities of the church. So many people, among them, a very important person is known as Martin Luther. So he is a notable person. Okay, so who led the people to behave against the activities of the church. Okay, so the people who followed Martin Luther as well as his teachings came to be known as Protestants. The group which was existed before that was known as Catholic. That's why there are two groups known as Catholics and Protestants. Okay.